This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Most of you listening right now are probably multitasking. Yep, while you're listening to me talk, you're probably also driving, cleaning, exercising, maybe even grocery shopping. But if you're not currently operating some kind of moving vehicle, there's something else you could be doing right now that's easy and could save you money right from your phone. Getting an auto quote from Progressive Insurance. Drivers who save by switching to Progressive save nearly $750 on average. Plus, auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. There are discounts for having multiple vehicles on your policy, being a homeowner, and more. And just like your favorite podcast, Progressive will be with you 24/7, 365 days a year, so you're protected no matter what. So multitask right now. Quote your car insurance at Progressive.com to join over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
So much for our surprise party. I bought little hats and everything. Oh, well, I guess I'll tell Cordelia.
No, you won't. We're having a party tonight.
Looks like Mr. Caution Man, but the sound he makes is funny.
Buffy's surprise party will go ahead as we planned. Except I won't be wearing the little hat.
But Buffy and Angel.
May well be in danger, as they have been before, and I imagine will be again. One thing I've learned in my tenure here on the Hellmouth is that there is no good time to relax. But Buffy's turning 17 just this once, and she deserves a party.
You're a great man of our time.
And anyway, Angel's coming, so she'll be able to protect him and have cake.
Precisely.
Just kidding. Jenny's turn to talk.
Hello, and welcome back to Buffering the Vampire Slayer, once more with spoilers, a podcast where we're watching and discussing each and every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer one at a time for the second time, this time with spoilers. The hands represent friendship. The footprints represent loyalty. And the heart, well, you know. I'm Jenny Owen Youngs.
I don't know, and I need you to fucking say it. God damn it. I'm Kristin Russo. And today we are discussing, Season 2, Episode 13, Surprise.
Surprise was written by Marty Noxon, directed by Michael Lang, and originally aired on January 19th, 1998.
AKA Buffy's birthday.
Oh, yeah. Well, isn't her birthday the 20th?
When's Dolly Parton's birthday? Look up Dolly Parton's birthday.
My bad. It's the 19th.
Ha! Ha! The student becomes the teacher.
They say, oh my gosh, they gave her Dolly Parton's birthday?
Yeah.
I bet this is something you've told me before and I forgot.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm sure that we've told each other it before and forgotten a million times, but I did relearn it when I was doing my notes for this episode. Would you like to know what this is the one where? Apart from this is the one where Buffy and Angel fuck?
Whoa.
Hey, that's
Kristin.
what they do.
This is still a family show.
I'm sorry. They make love. As a matter of fact, it is written in the Calderash curse that fucking is fine. It is only making love.
Making love is strictly forbidden. Love making.
No love making.
Okay.
Oh, LaToya is finding the episode synopsis or episode, what do you call this? Like the log line basically for the eps for us. So this is the one where part 1 of a not to be missed 2-part episode. Yes. The fate of the world is at stake when Spike and Drusilla gather the dismembered body parts of the Judge, a demon with a deadly touch, from the ends of the earth as their ultimate weapon to extinguish the Slayer. Meanwhile, Angel's ability... Sorry, I know it's coming, so I'm already laughing. Meanwhile, Angel's ability to feel human emotion is in jeopardy when he and Buffy share an intimate moment which threatens to destroy his soul. That's the making love. They're talking about the making love.
You know that feeling where you share an intimate moment that threatens to destroy your soul?
What's really funny, Jenny, is that I was thinking a lot about writing the book when I was watching Surprise this time, because there's Surprise and Innocence like factor into our season 2 chapter stuff. And I remember specifically us going back and forth on how to say this. And I know that share an intimate moment was one of your pitches. And so you were really aligned with that, writers of the show for that moment. So
I love sharing intimate moments, and I also love sharing the following warning. Into every generation, a spoiler warning is born. We alone wield the strength and skill to discuss things from any of the following sources. All 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, plus the canonical Dark Horse comics, plus Angel, the TV series, and any related canonical comics, plus anything that currently exists inside of the Buffyverse, and anything that may be announced or released as we go. If you are watching this show for the first time right now and you're not ready to be spoiled, but you love to listen to the dulcet tones of our beautiful voices, you can listen to our spoiler-free coverage of this episode, which originally aired in our Buffering the Vampire Slayer feed on April 19th, 2017. Go back and find it. Hooray! And we'll see you soon.
you should stay tuned at the end of our podcast episode because we play the song that we wrote back in April of 2017. Actually, I feel like this was a Jenny Owen Young's. I feel like this is a moment when I would have turned to you and said, write this song, Jenny. But we'll talk about it because that's what we do. We play the song at the end of the episode, and then we talk about the writing of that song.
What a thrill to look forward to. But in the meantime, let me get a little more in-depth about the overview of the events of this episode.
Oh, yeah. Jenny wrote the episode summary this week. Hell yeah. I can't wait to hear it.
This is the one where Buffy has a dream that Drusilla is alive and that she kills Angel. Oh, no. She runs to Angel's apartment where he answers the door shirtless and they kiss about it for a while. The Scoobies are throwing Buffy a surprise birthday party, which Willow and Oz will attend together, and Xander and Cordelia will attend separately. Drusilla and Spike are in fact alive, and they are throwing their own party, possibly also for Buffy's birthday in a way? ? At which they will assemble a currently in scattered pieces big blue mega demon called the Judge. Jenny Calendar is actually Janna of the Calderash people, aka the Romani tribe that cursed Angel, and whoa, she is stationed in Sunnydale to make sure he is still suffering? OMG, Angel gives Buffy a Clotter ring. The couple are then captured by Spike and Drew and the Judge whilst spying on them, but then escape. But then it is raining, so they get all wet, and their only course of action is to retreat to Angel's apartment to dry off. But oops, we all know what happens when you get under the covers just to get warm. And then the next thing we know, Buffy is asleep and Angel is running out into the rain in some kind of distress, and to be continued. Did that feel comprehensive?
Comprehensive, beautifully written. It's one of those things where you want to do a good job, but you don't want to do too good because I might just be like, Jenny, now you have to do it every episode.
Well, I had a good time doing it.
It's great. It's great. You hit every single beat that I could think to hit. So congratulations. Did you know, I'm sure at one point you did, but did you remember that Together with Innocence, this is when Buffy transitioned from Monday nights to Tuesday nights? And
right, because this aired on Monday and then Innocence aired on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then henceforth?
Yeah.
It aired on Tuesday forevermore?
Yeah, or at least
until it changed.
Yeah,
networks?
I don't know if when they changed network, it changed days. Question for LaToya, of course. Could you Google it? Sure, but why Google it when you have LaToya Ferguson?
I could just text Michigan J Frog.
Wow, you have his number?
Yeah.
Scandalous.
We have
You have a past?
a lot of mutuals. Yeah, we have a very green past. Can we check in about a couple non-Buffy related things before we leap into the episode?
I would love to.
Are you up to date on Fallout?
I am
season 2?
not. I've only seen the first episode, and then the holidays destroyed me, and I'm planning to watch the 2 that have aired since today and tomorrow.
I haven't seen either of them. I haven't seen any of the three of them.
Oh, okay. You haven't even seen the first one?
Yeah, it's very distressing. It's very
Jennifer.
distressing. The holidays were a time thick with activity, distraction, and of course, a race to get to the end of every season of Survivor because there's not much of a margin left between us and season 50.
When does it start?
I think February.
Oh my God. Sal will turn 1 and your deadline will be upon us. Wow.
So I have not seen any episodes of Fallout, and Kristin's only seen one. So don't tweet or text or DM us any spoilers, please. I also really needed to let you know that in a recent episode of Xena that I watched, Xena was doing Tai Chi.
Wow. It just feels like you have a lot of room for a lot of other shows. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's not get into the details.
Fallout is a little bit in her feelings.
Are you familiar with the Wilhelm scream?
The painting?
No, that's just the Scream.
Oh,
We've got Scream, the film franchise, The Scream, the painting.
Okay.
And then the Wilhelm scream, which is a scream, a recorded scream that has maybe just exists in a sort of like sound library. People use it all the time. It's in a zillion movies.
Okay.
You've heard it many, 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 many times.
Okay.
There is, I have determined recently, as of season 28 of Survivor, there is an eagle Wilhelm scream. There's like every time they show B-roll of a bird of prey, there is the exact same eagle scream.
Okay.
Okay, that they're just definitely pressing a button. They see the footage, they press the button, the scream happens. Okay, and then upon another very recent day, I was watching an episode of Xena where there was B-roll of a bird of prey, and I heard what absolutely must be, I am convinced in my heart of hearts, and maybe someone in the listenership already knows, the exact same eagle scream.
Wow.
What is happening?
You know, I mean, we have the howl that we howl out like in the credits or whatever, you know? Our howl.
Yeah.
And it's some kind of stock howl because I have definitely seen people
Whoa. In our end credits, Kristin, we howl.
No, not our
in
howl.
our theme music?
The theme song howl.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know, like, I've seen people in the Discord and elsewhere be like, oh my God, I just like heard this thing or saw this thing, and it's definitely the same howl that's in the theme song. So, you know, Wilhelm has a lot of sound effects, actually. I don't know him, but he's got a lot.
Wilhelm's House of Sounds.
Yeah.
Okay, those are all my diversions.
Okay, well, it is the new year, and we did just go through the holidays. So why don't you tell me one thing that Aldrich got that he loved, and I'll tell you one thing Sal got that she loved.
Well, there have been a lot of hits, Kristin. The thing is that Aldrich's birthday is but 4 days after Christmas.
Listen, he and I suffer the same fate.
And I think the thing that he received that he is most enthusiastic, although it is like a close race, is a vampire cape. He had a vampire-themed birthday party, vampire dress optional, and so he got a vampire cape for his birthday, and he has worn it every day since.
Oh, the Aldrich doesn't fall far from the Jenny tree. You know?
True.
They love their
true.
capes. That's very cute. That's also so on theme. Sadly, I don't think Sal got anything vampire related, which is really on me. That's on me. And,
yes,
but I will
you,
say that she did watch at least the first 5 minutes of Nightmare Before Christmas and was so excited and so into it. But I think her favorite gift is this huge tunnel that she can crawl through. And it's really pleasing for the whole family because the cats are also very excited about the tunnel. So everyone has been going through the tunnel with great abandon this holiday season.
Nice.
All right. Let's talk about this episode of Buffy.
I'm ready. Happy New Year, by the way.
To me or to them?
To you.
Oh, Happy New Year, Jenny.
And also, of course, to them.
So we're going to take this one and Innocence closer to...
Hosts before broasts, as I always say.
we're going to take this one a little bit closer to our original format, more scene by scene, surprise and innocence, because there's such doozies. And because we asked LaToya and she said, fuck yeah, don't fuck it up, you guys. So we're going to stay close to the curves. The cold open, the entirety of the cold open is a dream. And this is some David Lynchian Buffyverse dream shit. Like, this is, when I think of a Buffy dream, I think one of the things I think of is like Joyce dropping this plate and this monkey. I was just going to say the monkey speaking French. It's Willow who's speaking French about the monkey. But like, this is a thing that Buffy is known for.
I feel like for you, it's Joyce and the plate and Willow speaking French. For me, it's Buffy opening a door in her house and it just opening into the bronze. That is like perfect dream.
Yeah.
It is so good. And we'll see a lot more of this when we get to Restless. The sort of adjoinment of various rooms that they shoot in.
Yeah.
And how just kind of pushing those up against each other and creating doorways between them afforded that episode supreme dreamity.
You just reminded me that we'll get to watch Willow write Sappho on Tara's back.
That doesn't sound like any of my business, but you can watch.
Yeah, it's good. Buffy wakes up. The doors open into the bronze. Before the doors open into the bronze, Drusilla is behind her. This is Drusilla's episode, is it not? I feel like it belongs to her.
She's really crushing. She is a serious presence. She's doing, more than Spike. Like, she's taking up more space than Spike, for sure. And the judge, like, who is ostensibly going to be a bigger bad than them. Although I guess he did just arrive. He just woke up. So give him a minute. Not before I've had my blood coffee.
Actually, because we're talking about Drusilla and Spike, I want to read a note that LaToya left. Most of LaToya's notes were about Jenny Calendar.
Hey, most of our notes are about Jenny Calendar. You know what I mean?
But LaToya said, this episode is our first real glimpse of Drusilla when she's not in her weakened state. Right? The Drew who's an equal to Spike, Angel, and Darla. It's a Drew that it should be no surprise was able to kill Kendra, though I'll still maintain they could have done much, much better fight choreography in that moment. And it's even kind of funny how Spike big-upped himself as the big bad against Buffy, as it always is, only for Drew to actually be a much more dangerous threat, even in dream form. Drusilla, just absolutely destroying it. Avanti, so my current wife is watching Buffy for the first time, and I feel like her biggest takeaway from Surprise, despite all of the things that happened in it, were like, wow, who is this character? This character is wild. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the choice to give her just like the very subtlest of bloody corners of her mouth, like one corner of her mouth, very subtly bloody. Not overstated, not dripping down the whole, length of her jaw or whatever. It's just like, it's just there. It's just enough.
The whole, like, Drusilla, Buffy, I want to say parallel, but that's not what I mean. But, like, the way that they are sort of, like, played against each other the whole episode is really interesting when you think about what's going to happen, right? It's like Drusilla is killing Angel in both of Buffy's dreams. But Buffy is really going to be the one to, like, quote, kill Angel. Like, it is that moment of happiness that is going to take Angel's soul. But Drusilla is like the worst thing that Angel's ever done. So I just feel like there's a very interesting triangle happening there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Willow says the hippo stole your pants in French, just in case you didn't know that, because it's a fun little tie back to What's My Line Part 2, ? Where they're talking about animal crackers.
Animal crackers, dignity, pants. Nobody can convince me that the song that's supposed to be playing in the bronze right here is Roads by Portishead. It is not Roads by Portishead, but perhaps the people who composed it were given the prompt, something like Roads by Portishead. This song is called Anything, and it was recorded by Sean Clement and Sean Murray, who have been doing some of the score in season 2 that precedes Christoph Beck arriving on the scene, although obviously, as we know, Christoph Beck will be arriving later this ep. And that vocalist's name is Carrie Howe. It's Sean Clement, Sean Murray, and Carrie Howe. Anything, a.k.a. Roads by Portishead.
Jenny, inside of this dream, Joyce drops a plate and she says, "Do you really think you're ready, Buffy?" And I'm imagining, even though later when we see her say this, she's talking about driving, that inside of Buffy's dream, she's talking about
SEX.
SEX.
Talking about, well, you know.
Well, you know. Buffy, 75 minutes pass. We'll talk about it. Okay, the only other thing that okay, no, that's a lie. I have two other things in this dream that I want to talk about. One is Sarah Michelle Gellar's fucking eyes when she's in the bronze and she turns around and then she sees Angel. We don't see Angel. We see her seeing Angel. This is, somebody keep a diary for me of all the moments that I say, this goes in the Sarah Michelle Gellar deserves an Emmy fucking log, because it's unbelievable what her entire face does, what her eyes do, and we know exactly who she's seeing and exactly how she's feeling. It is so good.
Has a man ever looked taller or broader of shoulder in the history of film and television? He looks gigantic.
He really does.
In this shot, before he's even in the frame with Sarah, who obviously is much smaller than him, although I think throughout this episode, when their faces are very close together, she's definitely standing on a lift of some kind.
Yeah.
I notice also that his shoulders are cocked pretty hard, and I'm concerned about David's back, neck, shoulders.
And you know.
And you know. He is hardcore slanting those shoulders.
Yeah.
And it's a great, it looks amazing.
Well, I think the
just,
shirt's doing some of the work for him too in that
mm-hmm.
area. But that kind of is adjacent to my other thing, which is when Drusilla stakes him from behind, which is none of our business. And before he dusts, he reaches his hand out, and it is like a complete parallel to the stance and the reach that he does as he is being sucked into the portal,
which we're now acutely familiar with.
I think that's
even
why
intimately familiar, because we recreated it with our own portal and our own sword and our own silky shirt.
Yeah. But there's just a lot of stuff happening. I think, if I've never done this, but it seems like a fun thing to watch Surprise and Innocence and then Becoming Part 1 and 2, because I feel like they really are. There's a lot.
Sounds like a blast.
Yeah, blast. But next party you have, I suggest you
That's
watch.
it. My surprise birthday party. This is what we're watching.
And also, sorry, I said two things, but there's also Chekhov's clatter ring is in the dream. And that's she doesn't realize it when she gets the clatter ring, that the clatter ring was in her dream.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And then Drusilla is like, "Happy birthday, Buffy." And Buffy wakes up and there's not a doily pillow in sight. How about that?
Really? It's not underneath the pillow she's laying on? Because that had happened.
I squinted.
Okay.
I looked hard.
Okay. All right. Do you want to take a moment with me, Jenny, before we get into the first scene here after the credits and just talk about the thing that sits with me heavier in this watch of the series is just how much shit happens to Buffy Summers. It's when
Piss
you watch.
girl.
Yeah, it's just, this is the first birthday we've seen, right? Season 1 was a half of a season, so she was already 16 when we started season 1. She's turning 17. In season 3, she's going to turn 18, and that episode is fucking helpless, which is totally chill, and nothing bad happens to her on that birthday. Right, Jenny? Season 4, she turns 19, a new man. Upsetting, but not as upsetting as fucking Surprise or Helpless, but like this is
Still not great.
Giles is a demon. Buffy
She almost kills her watcher.
Yeah, she almost kills her watcher. Season 5 is Blood Ties, which is like where Dawn learns she's the fucking key, and it's really bad. And then season 6, Older and Far Away, they get trapped in the house for 3 days. It's rough, but maybe the lesser of 5 evils.
Let me run it down for you, Kristin. The events of Buffy's birthdays chronologically. Season 2, boyfriend loses soul. Season 3, Slayer loses powers. Season 4, Watcher loses human form. Season 5, sister loses illusion that she is a natural-born child of Earth. And Season 6, Scoobies lose the ability to leave the Summers home.
Buffy said, you know what? 22, we are not celebrating. Season 7 does not get a birthday episode. Fuck off.
I mean, they're busy.
They are.
Okay. Shook to her core by this dream, Buffy zoops out her window and flies across town to rap-a-tap-tap on Angel's door. What is the purpose of saying, hold on, if you are going to open the door 1 second later, tits out? Angel is so excited that he has a valid reason to be tits out. Do you think what we didn't see is he was like, hold on, unbuttoning the last button of the shirt that was on and dropping it to the floor?
He looked at the time. He said, it is early enough / late enough for me to be naked. Let me get this fucking shirt off before I open the door. This girl has got to see these boobs, you know? She got to see them.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
If you look up Surprise Buffy and get your image search going, this, like, them in these whites, he does for modesty's sake put on a t-shirt. No buttons may pop off that t-shirt, but you get these images of the two of them in all white, like Angel in white and her in this white coat, and they're all very like beautiful and cool, and we all know what's going to happen, and it's horrible. But it just, I think when I think of Surprise, I think Buffy and Angel make love, and also I think of them in all white because of how many times I've Google image searched the episode.
Buffy's like, you know, she's got to say her piece about her dream, and Angel's got to be like, not every dream comes true, babe.
Also, somewhere Morgan Lutich is behind the dresser singing do 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 do.
I want to apologize for singing that in a totally different key than you. But I think this is a really good tactic that I'm going to try next time anyone around me is worried about something.
Mm-hmm. I'm
going to cut them off mid-sentence by putting my mouth on their mouth.
I mean, it is really
and then they'll
effective.
feel better, right?
Yeah, of course, 100%. I actually, so we've talked a lot already about making love, a topic I'm just so
more
thrilled
than enough
to be talking about. But I do want to talk about like first loves, because this is Buffy's first love, right? I mean, yes, it is. I'll answer my own question, but this is also Angel's first love ? I want to talk about it because I think, yeah, we have Angelus and Darla, right? Like a couple to threaten all couples in terms of fucking amazing and cool factor, and also
but
violent.
They don't. I feel like if the judge encountered them, he wouldn't be like, you two reek of humanity.
This is what I'm, that's exactly what I'm saying, because Spike and Drusilla have something that is very specific that the judge recognizes, and I agree with you. I don't think that Angelus and Darla share that. I think that they delight in each other. I think they have the best time and probably the best sex, but, you know, it's not what Angel is feeling. And I think we can pretty much be guaranteed that Liam did not fall in love before he was turned. So even though there's a discrepancy here of like 230 years or whatever, I do think that we are seeing these two fall in love for the first time. This is the first time either of them has felt the way that they feel, which is...
if age is truly nothing but a number and we mature in lockstep with our sort of advancing human experience.
Right.
This feels like a weird and potentially thorny road to even step one little toe onto.
Yeah.
And I'm not particularly invested in doing so.
No.
But since we're always talking about their age difference, and in this episode, Buffy says, my boyfriend had a bicentennial.
I want to put a pin in this too, Jenny, because there's actually 2 scenes that were cut from this episode. One of them, though, is, I think, pretty critical. And so we are actually going to read that scene to you, whether you like it or not. And it's relevant to what we're talking about, to the, like, maturity of Buffy and the maturity of Angel and, like, where we're at with the 2 of them.
I can't wait. We have acted before. I wonder what scene we read together, because I distinctly recall it happening.
Yeah, you used to love to highlight a scene and make me read it with you.
Well, that was when our divorce was very fresh.
You're like, oh, it would be so much easier to talk to each other if we have scripted words on the page.
Yeah. No, I was just finding the fun wherever I could.
Yes.
But I'm excited to act with you once more. It's coming soon. But not quite yet.
Not quite yet. Soon, very soon, though. Willow, you already gave reference to the fact that when Buffy gets to school, Willow and her are discussing boys, and I thought you had frozen, Jenny, because you've been sitting like that for so long. But
I haven't frozen. I just desperately need to say that the Grimace hat has arrived.
The Grimace hat has arrived.
Which I just want to, for the uninitiated, Grimace is comes to us from the cast of characters of Ronald McDonald's sort of crew. Ronald McDonald being, of course, the titular McDonald of McDonald's. And I was like, I wonder how I could describe Grimace other than being sort of like big, purple, and fuzzy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Here's the deal. McDonald, we often use Wikipedia to get Buffy information about particular episodes, but there's also the fandom network of pages.
Oh, does Grimace have a fandom page?
McDonald's.fandom.com/wiki/Grimace.
Great. That makes sense to me.
I'm getting rocked right now. Okay, Grimace is a character featured in McDonald Land commercials. He's Ronald McDonald's best friend.
What?
So this is I am the Grimace of the pod, if you will.
To my Ronald McDonald.
And Willow is the Grimace of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Whoa.
But get a load of this. Species, Grimace. Gender, male. Hair color, purple. Body type, rotund. Character description. Large, rotund, taste bud. He's a taste bud.
No.
Grimace is a taste bud.
No, absolutely not. Take it.
Grimace is a taste bud. Grimace is the best friend of Ronald McDonald. And guess what else this page tells me? Grimace is a Gemini. Based on what?
I'm sorry. I do not want to live in a world where I know that Grimace is a taste bud. I am so upset with you. I may have never been this upset with you. You have destroyed my innocence and you have ruined Grimace for me.
Grimace is a party-throwing legend with purple fur and a heart of gold. When
Purple
this Gemini
fur or
isn't
purple cilia. What's on a taste bud?
When this Gemini isn't hugging his friends or drinking shakes, he's skateboarding or dancing on Grimace Island.
Grimace Island? Is that just a tongue? I don't. This is too much for me. It's a Monday. It's a Monday.
Gosh. He debuted with 4 arms. Eventually, 2 of those arms were reduced.
Also, I'm sorry to bring gender into this, but I fucking love that they're like, species, Grimace. He's a taste bud who skateboards, gender male. Come on, you guys. Oh, God. Oh, my fucking God.
Oh, man. I'm just gonna... I just can't believe what we are learning here today.
And this is why you have to do the podcast a second time, because if we hadn't, we may have never known that Grimace was a taste bud, and I might still be happy.
And I would never want that. His birthday is June 12th. Oh, wait, Kristin, I have something specifically for what you just commented on. Though Grimace is canonically male, he has been portrayed by women. First, Patty Saunders, then Terry Castillo.
I literally cannot. I learned today that Grimace...
Another fact, he might have a crush on Birdie. Who's Birdie?
Birdie's another...
Oh, Birdie's the girl bird with the aviator goggles, I think.
Like, okay, so the Hamburglar steals hamburgers related to McDonald's. Now we know Grimace is a taste bud related to McDonald's. What the fuck is Birdie? Oh, is Birdie gonna get cooked and made into nuggets?
No, I think this is a BoJack Horseman situation where there are chickens that exist in the world as colleagues, and then there are another type of chicken that you eat.
Okay.
She was created to promote breakfast items. So not a lot of chicken on the McDonald's breakfast menu, I believe.
Thank God. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, let's go to Sunnydale High School, where Willow is wearing a Grimace hat, and no one knows that Grimace is a taste bud. And no one knows that all of our taste buds are male.
Simpler times.
Whew. Willow actually walked so Jenny Owen Youngs could run when she learns that Buffy and Angel are going to do the thing. She says, wow.
Cut to it jumps forward in time to another wow. She's still wowing. Who knows how many wows occurred in the interval between the first 3 and the last one that we hear.
Just adorable. Nothing can be more adorable, though, than this moment between Willow and Oz. So, okay, Buffy tells Willow they're going to do it. They're going to seize the day.
She says, we're going to seize it. She's going to see. What are you going to seize, Buffy?
I think you know the answer.
Be as specific as possible.
So Buffy's like, hey, speaking of boys we like or whatever, there's Oz. And I'm going to play this whole exchange for you. It's like a tick over a minute because it's worth every second. This is Willow and Oz making plans for their very first date.
Hey,
Hey,
do you guys have a gig tonight?
oh, no, practice. See, our band's kind of moving towards this new sound where we suck, so practice.
I think you guys sound good.
Thanks.
I bet you have a lot of groupies.
It happens. I'm living groupie free nowadays. I'm clean.
Oh,
I'm gonna ask you to go out with me tomorrow night. And I'm kind of nervous about it, actually. It's interesting.
oh. Well, if it helps at all, I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, it helps. It creates a comfort zone. Do you want to go out with me tomorrow night?
Oh, I can't.
Well, see, I like that you're unpredictable.
Oh, it's Buffy's birthday, and we're throwing her a surprise party.
It's okay.
But you could come, if you wanted.
Well, I don't want to crash.
No, it's fine. Well, you could be my date.
All right, I'm in.
I said date.
It's just sweet. Willow was like nervous about being awkward when she went over to him, and like this is the deal, right? If it's right, it doesn't even feel awkward. The way that Oz like speaks to her and the way that he looks at her when it's like time to leave is like they're both awkward, but they're both really sweet. It's just cute, and I love them.
Yeah, as great as the conversation is, the exchange, I think the best part of this scene is their wordless faces to each other after all right, I'm in, and before I said date.
Yeah.
It's like, just some really great choices being made.
Yeah. Seth Green, like just really showing up and letting us know what we're in for the rest of the series.
Mm-hmm.
Allison Hannigan has already kind of shown us what Willow is going to be capable of doing to our hearts. But I feel like this episode, you're like, oh, Seth Green is fucking here and he's going to show up. and he's going to make us fall in love. And I am a believer that Willow Rosenberg is canonically bisexual, but I did say when watching this, you know what? If I had dated Oz, I would probably just be gay after that, because you just can't get it.
How are you going to top it?
You can't. You cannot get better than Oz. However, you can do probably better than both Cordelia and Xander, who are really, really struggling in this episode. Cordelia specifically is cutting deep, like Xander is kind of trying to have what is a very, I think, realistic conversation. It's not like Xander is not showing up as a guy who's like, please date me. He's like, we keep fucking doing this thing, right? Like it keeps happening. And like, why are we hiding from people? And this is the part of Cordelia that is pretty tough to swallow. It's like, she's like, well, of course you would want to tell people. I'm the one who has everything to lose here. And that is pretty shitty. The other cut scene, Jenny, because we're about to get to the cut scene that we're going to read, but the other cut scene is actually giving more, I don't know, like not context, but more weight to the Cordelia and Xander of it all. And it's a scene between Cordelia and Harmony, and then Willow and Xander. And basically Cordelia is like, hey, look at Xander. Like he kind of looks good in that outfit, like, right? And Harmony is like, what are you, like, out of your mind? And Cordelia is like, right. No, I mean, I was just joking. Like, obviously, he's like testing the waters and finding out, like, no, actually, I can't do this at all. And it's the same vibe with Xander and Willow, where Xander's like, well, Cordelia is like kind of, being nicer. And Willow's like, yeah, but we like are of two worlds. So it's like kind of both of them learning in that cut scene that being public about what's happening is actually going to be difficult.
Yeah. It's a new year, a time when I'm moved to think about what I might need to change in my life to make it better. One thing I know for sure I don't need to change is my skincare routine. That's because I use OneSkin. Their formulas are powered by the OS1 peptide, a patented peptide built on longevity science proven to target aging at the cellular level. I've been using their OS1 face moisturizer for a couple of years now, and I love knowing that I'm supporting the cellular repair that keeps my skin looking and feeling great. All of OneSkin's products are designed to layer effortlessly and even replace multiple steps in your existing routine, making long-term skin health simpler and smarter at any age. Every formula is certified safe for sensitive skin, dermatologist tested, and free from over 1,500 irritating ingredients. You get powerful results without irritation or harsh side effects. Born from over 10 years of longevity research, OneSkin's OS1 peptide is proven to target the cells that cause the visible signs of aging, helping you unlock your healthiest skin now and as you age. And for a limited time, OneSkin is making it even easier to stay consistent with up to 30% off your first 3 subscription orders when you use code BUFFERING at oneskin.co/buffering. That's up to 30% off with your code BUFFERING. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you.
Since this is a podcast, you all don't really get to see me very often, but what I'll tell you is that I wear very little to no makeup. I've never liked the way makeup feels on my face, and even when I've done events where I've had makeup done, I just feel like I don't look like myself. I recently started using the Jones Road Beauty Miracle Balm, and it is one of the few products that I now keep in my little mini arsenal. I don't need any brushes. There's no complicated routine. You just use your fingers in the balm, pop it on your face, and you have just a very subtle glow. They offer many tinted colors. I use the one that's just natural, so it's pretty much clear and just a little bit of shimmer. I'm a new mom. I don't have a lot of time, and I often just don't do anything. This has been a really nice change where I feel like I get to do a little something for myself, and it doesn't take a lot of my time. The best part is that all of their products are actually good for your skin. Every formula is packed with skin-loving ingredients. It nourishes your skin instead of clogging it or caking it. And like I said, it looks and feels natural, like you're not wearing makeup at all. If you want makeup that brings out your natural glow instead of hiding it, Jones Road is the way to go. For a limited time, our listeners are getting a free cool gloss on their first purchase when they use code BUFFERING at checkout. Just head over to jonesroadbeauty.com and use code BUFFERING at checkout. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. All right. After the moment in the like little fucking Sunnydale high school lobby or wherever we are, there's a scene that is deleted, and it's between Jenny Calendar and Giles, and we are going
my gosh.
to read it to you.
And it's going to be very normal and chill, actually.
I'm going to be playing the part of Jenny Calendar, even though Jenny's name is Jenny, because Jenny, of course, could only play Giles.
Okay. Wow, thank you.
You're welcome. So they're inside the library now, Jenny Calendar and Giles, okay? And they're continuing the conversation that they finished in the scene that did happen. I guess it makes sense. I mean, all of Buffy's senses are heightened. Why should her intuition be different?
Precisely. Sorry. Precisely. It's not unheard of for the Slayer to start having prophetic dreams and visions as she approaches adulthood.
Adulthood? Buffy's 17 tomorrow, Giles. Don't rush her.
I'm not the one rushing her. While I'm loath to say it, the fact is, the Slayer rarely lives into her mid-20s. It follows that she'd exhibit signs of maturity early on. Her whole life cycle is accelerated.
Still, you should be careful about treating her like a grown-up. Like this thing with Angel. Have you even talked to her about it?
I suppose I try not to pry.
We imagine Giles taking his glasses off in that.
Yeah, cleaning them.
Maybe you should a little. The way she talks, it's clear she has intense feelings for him.
Well, yes, they're friends. You know how friends always have intense feelings for each other?
They're more than friends, and you know it.
I'm not her father, Jenny.
She looks up to you. She'll never actually say that, but she does. And I just think at her age, it's easy to get in over your head. She could make some bad choices here. Trust me on this one.
I'll keep an eye to it. Right now, I'm worried enough trying to think of the right birthday present.
So LaToya had a lot of notes on this missing scene, and something that we're not talented enough to do is to give you LaToya's notes as the scene happened, including, well, yes, they're friends. LaToya, girl, quit playing. Giles, I'm not her father, Jenny. The Watcher doth protest too much. And so on and so forth. But I feel like this is a really important thing, and specifically in what LaToya put the focus on is this idea that Buffy's maturity is accelerated. It's a point that is not really driven home too much on the show. LaToya says this actually could have been a beat the show hit on more, especially when you consider the criticism of the teen girl / hundreds of years old vampire thing. We all know Angel has the emotional maturity of a teenage girl. Quote, you think I'm fat? End quote. But there could have been more clarity about this aspect on the show. Agree.
Cosign.
Cosigned.
Also, a note of hers you didn't read. When Jenny says, she could make some bad choices here, LaToya says, like vowing to enforce a curse your people put on someone centuries ago, long before you were even born, before you got to know said someone and he saved your life big time. Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully you enjoyed our dramatic reading and also LaToya's points.
Drop in.
Mm-hmm. All right. Act 1 ends at the warehouse. We're at Drusilla's party, which, to your point, Jenny, like, is this Buffy's birthday party, but at Vampire Warehouse? There's no explanation for why they're having a party. It's simply just time to have. And I was like, is it Drusilla's birthday? Do they share a birthday? It's Drusilla, Dolly Parton, and Buffy all together.
Three icons. Or is it Drusilla is back to health party? Or is it Buffy's impending death day party?
Oh, I like Drusilla's back to health party. That makes sense.
Later, when the party is fully populated and swinging, it does seem like people have come from out of town for this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who's going to miss a fucking Drusilla Spike party? It sounds like they've thrown some epic parties in their life.
I mean, I think, like, after Grimace, they're probably, like...
number 2 and number 3.
Did you know he's a taste bud?
Oh, okay. I already said it, but this is Juliet Landau at her peak. I mean, you cannot tell me that it gets much better than Juliet Landau as Drusilla in Surprise and Innocence. Like, it's just epic. First of all, her arms are so ripped. She could kick the shit out of you without vampire strength, okay? Get out of here. And she's just the line delivery, the like freaking out about the flowers to stepping on Dalton's glasses to it's just epic shit. And I know we have a jingle for her. Jenny, I bookmarked a place later where we can give it to her, but if you feel so inspired.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to just note that there are candles everywhere, and Angelus hasn't even joined their side yet.
Yeah,
so many candles.
It's a vampire. It's a vampire thing. And you know that person who wrote to us about how like Liam would have used candles for light. I think maybe that's why. Maybe all vampires are old and timey. Do you notice that?
Well, we know that Spike and Drusilla both come from candle or at least oil lamp times.
Right, but just generally, don't you feel like a lot of vampires are from olden times?
I don't think I guess the Gorches actually did kind of like go back a ways, but they didn't seem like candle guys to me. And that the sort of like disco fever vampire that Faith is dancing with and then dusts upon the occasion of her and Buffy meeting, not a candle guy. Ford, I know he didn't really get the chance to, but I don't think he would have been a candle guy.
No, I mean,
Ford Spike has electric, like Spike has lamps.
Well,
in his crypt later.
Yes. Listen, some vampires have advanced with time. But like Spike is from olden times.
Sure, yes.
Ford is literally from now. So that is a point in the now column. But I just feel like when you think vampire, you think, oh, you were sired in the 1700s, the 1800s, you know?
When I think vampire, I think Drusilla licking Spike's face.
Yeah.
Also, I know you're probably not quite there yet, but these flowers are wrong meltdown Spike's very calm redirection is just sort of like aspirational toddler parent behavior.
Yeah. I'm not there yet, but we're getting closer. So Drusilla is at full strength, and we should also talk about the fact that Spike is not. Spike, and so to be injured in any kind of way that is sustaining is pretty massive for a vampire. Slayers and vampires notably healing very rapidly. So the fact that Spike is using a wheelchair and still has a burn on his face kind of gives us an idea of how badly he was hurt.
Well, an entire pipe organ fell on him.
Every pipe.
Flaming hot.
And I'm going to put a bookmark here because Spike is going to be using a wheelchair for a bit. And, as soon as Angelus is going to pop into the place, the ableist jokes are going to be flying. And it's not the only place that we're going to see ableist jokes and other things that are incredibly insensitive and uncool to the disabled community. But I'm bookmarking it because, we'll talk about them as they come up, but we've not done like a conversation with somebody that's specifically about disability and the Buffyverse. So sometime in the future, that is on our radar. And yeah. You want to go to Act 2?
I want to go to the mall.
I mean, Joyce is paying, so let's go.
Yeah,
do you think she's going to go back for that outfit that looks like a streetwalker that Joyce was?
Well, I think if Joyce is paying, she's also got to approve of whatever's being purchased. So
first sign that things are not good. Joyce says, "Do you really think you're ready, Buffy?" In the kitchen, it's not a dream, and she drops her fucking plate. Uh-oh.
That does not bode well for the ensuing events of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else doesn't bode well? I just don't think it's ever a good sign when Vincent Schiavelli fills a doorframe and walks into your life. It's just like it probably is just like not going to be good, especially when he's wearing like a string tie and Laszlo's 100% witch skin hat.
I think that Avanti called it a pussy bow. Is this the pussy bow?
Does the pussycat in The Owl and the Pussycat have a bow like this? Or is that just like the name of what's happening?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm scared to Google pussy bow.
I think you can. I think pussy bow is a real thing.
Well, what I'm seeing when I search for pussy bows, like gigantic bows on women's professional wear. The New York Times asks on September 24th, 2024, is it time to rename the pussy bow blouse?
All right,
Maybe.
You know what? We already learned about fucking Grimace as a goddamn taste bud. Let's back off from our pussy bow research in this episode. So Janna of the Calderash people, her uncle is here. This is a pretty big reveal. And this is a difficult reveal. Like, you know, it's not like we've learned Jenny is just evil. She's not. She's taken on a responsibility. She's hidden it from everyone. And then as we'll see, both in this episode and as, you know, season 2 unfolds, she has actually learned a lot about the people that she went there to watch and has more complicated and nuanced feelings about it. This is not just somebody who's evil.
It's kind of like when you make a bet that you can make anyone prom queen. But then in the process of
the process of doing that, you realize, oh my God, she might take her glasses off.
Yes, and pull out her ponytail.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, vengeance demands that Angel's pain be eternal, but the elder woman, show me the elder woman. I
want to see this elder woman.
I want to meet her. I want to know her. Jenny, recently, so I have a little queer horror movie club that I do, and one of the movies that was recommended, which is the movie that we're doing in January, is called Slumber Party Massacre. Right. And 1982, I think, is when it came out. And it was written by Rita Mae Brown, who is best known for writing Ruby Fruit Jungle, iconic, right? So I'm really excited to watch this Slumber Party Massacre. But then I learned from the folks in my little Discord that Rita Mae Brown is now most famous. She's like 80-something years old. She's written like 700,000 million books. And she's most known now for a series where somebody solves crimes with the help of her corgi and her cat. And they all have really bad puns as their titles, like Hiss of Death. And and she's a fox hunter. And also, like, the more I learned about Rita Mae Brown, the more I was like, I need to hang out with her. How do I get to hang out with Rita Mae Brown? Which is why the elder woman made me think of her, because I also want to hang out with the elder woman. But, you know, pick 3 people you want to come to dinner. The elder woman, Rita Mae Brown, and I'll get back to you on my third. And Jenny Young's my best friend.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be a party without me. And then also maybe Grimace could be my +1.
Oh, God.
Kristin,
yeah.
You have just reminded me about a piece of literature that I'm going to tell you about in our next Watcher's Diary, because it is definitely not for a family show.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that it was like after dark.
Watcher's Diary is definitely buffering after dark, for sure. Most of what we do after dark is watch Xena Warrior Princess and Survivor. But occasionally, I'm going to tell you about some literature.
Okay, great.
Okay. To LaToya's point, man, this is a long time for the Calderash people to be maintaining this vengeance, to the point of sending in Jenny Calendar as an undercover Romani.
Yeah.
Are her expenses covered by the clan? Is a question I have.
Yeah, like, what do they? Does she get to keep the money she makes as a techno-pagan teacher, or like, what's the arrangement?
And also, what's the overlap of like techno-pagantry and
can we call it techno-pageantry just because?
No.
Okay.
We cannot.
Okay.
But like, would her people object to her techno-pagan practices, or would they embrace them? I'm just curious. Just wondering.
Interesting.
That's a point of contention potentially.
Okay. I do want to also, this is not something we'll go into deep conversation with in this episode because we have so much to cover, but vengeance demands that his pain be eternal as ours is, right? This is what her uncle says and what is being enacted here. It doesn't matter how much atonement he's done. It doesn't matter if he's good now. This is forever. Put against Angel's entire existence, which is trying to make up for all of the evil that he has done in the world and what have you, is there's a large conversation to be had there when it comes to like restorative justice and on and on and on. And so that is not a conversation for today, but it is really, really fascinating and a very interesting conversation to have, especially because this uncle just showed up and clearly said, like, it does not matter what you do. This punishment is forever. So anyway, talk amongst yourselves and maybe one day we'll talk too. All right. Giles says prom is happening, God damn it. Basically, he says he says Buffy's birthday is happening no matter what. This is the clip we opened with, and Jenny, this also like meant a lot to me. Basically, when Giles says, yes, Angel and Buffy may well be in danger, as they have been before, and as I imagine they will be again. One thing I've learned in my tenure here on the Hellmouth is that there's never a good time to relax, but Buffy is only turning 17 this once. She deserves a party. This is how I feel about being the parent of a young child. You know what I mean? She's going to be sick or teething or have a stomach ache or two of the three at all times, so we must actually simply continue on with our lives. We must move forward. We cannot...
Yes. Okay, so for some reason, Jenny Calendar shows up acting like a freak to Buffy. Being so sus.
It's really like a misdirect I think that the episode doesn't need. Do you?
Not at all.
Yeah.
No, it's just confusing. Also confusing, Jenny Calendar drives a 60s Volkswagen Beetle. That feels...
It feels wrong.
Right?
It feels wrong. Yeah, I agree. Techno-pagan. She'd be driving like a beta test of the Prius, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel that. I see what they were trying to do, but I don't think it was correct.
But also how cute would Giles' car looked parked next to Jenny Calendar's?
No.
Okay.
Yes, but no.
I would like to say that once we get to Jenny Calendar driving Angel to get his clothes in this episode, it's like the fifth time, I think, that she's driven someone somewhere or offered a ride to somebody. Avanti said, so is she working for Uber now? Or like, what's going on with Jenny Calendar?
Seriously, and it's like Cordelia gets the episode off from driving people around.
Also, like, who has ever driven Angel anywhere? Angel, you don't give Angel a ride. He walks through the alleys. He doesn't get in a car. Could you imagine Angel in a car?
Apparently, the docks are far. Well, you'll be able to do more than just imagine Angel in a car in 2 short seasons.
Yes. What Jenny Calendar is actually doing is bringing Buffy to her surprise party at the Bronze. But there's a run-in with these vamps, including Dalton, who are like picking up one of the many pieces of the judge to assemble.
Poor Dalton.
Poor Dalton, honest to God. This one has feelings. He reads one of my favorite judge lines. Okay, I think that's from the next episode. That's not from this episode. Is it from this episode? No, it's from this episode.
Kristin?
Yeah?
Did Giles rent the Bronze?
I think it's just
for
the
a
night.
7-person party?
I don't think so, but
Did they do a little birthday B&E?
That's what I just fully assumed that like on the night that the Bronze closes, they all just like hang out there. Like that's just what they do because they can.
Okay.
But I really like the idea of it. It looks like they broke in because there's like no lights on and certainly no one is working there.
Yeah. Well, I thought that the no lights, nobody working there was just to tell us that like the Bronze was closed, but not necessarily to indicate that they were there illegally. He works at the school. He can't do crime.
It's not really crime, you know?
All right.
Okay, so Buffy's battling vamps. They're all inside hiding. She, of course, crashes through like the fucking who knows what, the window, the wall. I don't know. She just
now they're gonna have to replace that.
Seriously,
it's coming right out of the deposit.
Now this is criminal. We did get into criminal activity for Giles with the destruction, but Cordelia gives us one of her more iconic moments where she pops out from behind the fucking pool table and says, "Surprise!" And I have a note here that because, usually you get the title of the episode once and you're like, there it is. There's the title. But we get it a few times in this one. And there's the surprise that Cordelia says. But there's also earlier, Angel was like, you still haven't told me what you want for your birthday. And Buffy said, surprise me.
Wow.
And I just feel like there's a setup in there, too, for like the pain of it all that like. Buffy says, surprise me, and we know that what she ultimately gets is that her boyfriend drags her across the fucking coals and then begins killing all of her fucking friends, right? Like, that's her fucking surprise, okay? And then
it's like you're
also
glossing right over the cluttering.
I know there's also a cluttering, a summoning cluttering, but Cordelia saying surprise when Buffy has like tumbled in with a vamp and then killed him, and then Oz being like, that about sums it up, also feels like this big like, I don't know, spotlight on just like what Buffy's life is, that like, of course her birthday present is that her boyfriend loses his soul. And of course her surprise for the surprise party is as she's killing a vampire and defending her life. Like, of course, it can't just be easy. Insert Giles blowing on his noisemaker.
Followed by Oz being like, did everybody see that guy just turned to dust? Followed by Jenny rolling in with a weird box. And, it's just a disembodied arm that wants to choke Buffy to death.
Happy birthday, Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to craft a nighttime routine that actually helps me unwind. Adding a Soul out of office gummy has been a game changer. It helps me quiet my brain, relax, and ease into the evening. It's such a simple shift, but it's made my nights feel so much calmer, and I'm definitely getting a more restful sleep. Soul makes feeling good simple. They make delicious hemp-derived CBD and THC products. They use precise dosing, clean ingredients, and formulations designed for predictable, feel-good effects. And their best-selling out-of-office gummies deliver a customizable, calming buzz, from a 1.5 milligram microdose for a gentle lift to a 15 milligram for a deeper, more elevated experience. As a person who requires a very small dose, I really appreciate just how finely their dosing breaks down. Give yourself the gift of a healthier unwind. Right now, Soul's offering our audience 30% off your entire order. Go to getsoul.com and use the code BUFFERING. That's GETSOUL.com. Promo code BUFFERING for 30% off. It's a tale as old as time. New year, big goals, but no time to cook? Factor makes it easy with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs, so you can eat well without shopping or cooking. Factor meals are delicious and, wow, loaded with quality, functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats. There are no refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, and no refined seed oils. They've got 100 rotating weekly meal options, including high protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean, and ready-to-eat salads. Plus, the new Muscle Pro collection supports strength and recovery. They're always fresh, never frozen, ready in about 2 minutes, no prep and no stress. I am a huge fan of Factor meals. As a person who's always trying to find more hours or even minutes in the day, but who also really cares about what I'm putting into my body. You know, food is fuel and it matters what you eat. I love that Factor offers a delicious, healthy option that can really help you save time. Head to factormeals.com/buffering50off and use code buffering50off to get 50% off your first Factor box, plus free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor.
We get all of our backstory on the judge, played, of course, by Brian Thompson. Welcome back to the show.
Did we say on the podcast or just privately to Joanna Robinson?
No, we said it
that
on the
Brian Thompson holds the world record for the widest tongue?
We said it. Okay, actually, we said it somewhere, and then you couldn't live without sharing it with Joanna Robinson. So I don't know,
okay.
But I feel
all right. As long as the good news is getting out there.
He has the world's widest tongue.
That's right.
All right. And do you remember what the width of that tongue is? Because we were all going to get our measuring tapes out and see how we compared, but I don't remember what his was.
It's 3.49 inches wide.
That's just so wide. Are you looking for a measuring tape? It's just like you have a picture of you holding your hand up to Mark Blucas's. What if my goal for this run of the series is me standing next to Brian Thompson sticking our tongues out, just to see.
Wow, I've stumbled into a corner of the internet that I really don't want to be in. Okay.
What's amazing is that I think this has happened to you before.
Okay. Where are we? Where were we? What's happening?
We are...
Note that they didn't have a separate box for the judge's tongue on.
That we know of. Maybe inside the box with the judge's head, there's a littler box with his tongue.
Yes.
Okay, so the judge is such a threat to humanity and he cannot be killed by any weapon forged. So the best they could do back whenever they did this was to split his body up into many people. They actually called Shauna Shipman and they said, could you disembody this? Can you dismember this judge? They put each of his body parts into a box and then took every body part to faraway parts of the world so they could never be brought together again.
I just feel like if it were you calling the shots, wouldn't you maybe take each piece to a different volcano and huck it in? Or encase them in cement in different parts of the world?
Jenny, hindsight is 2020, and they did the best that they thought they could do at the time,
So the only possible solution, right, is for Angel to take a boat.
The only
take a train.
Possible solution. No, riddle me this, Jenny. This is what I would do, okay? If I'm in the bronze, I'm going to say, okay, open the box one more time. I know that's a tough fucking hand and it's maybe going to kill us, but there's a lot of us here and Angel and Buffy are very strong. Hold the hand down, cut the pinky off, take the pinky, put it in its own box, lock that shit down, put the hand back in the box, let the vamps have it. Don't let them know you took the pinky. Then when they put it all together, he won't be able to be assembled and they won't know why. Then nobody has to go to Nepal and everybody will live happily ever after.
If only you were in the crew, but you're not.
I'm not. And this is why you want to pick me. You know what I'm saying?
I know we're constantly lamenting their lack of involvement, but surely the Watchers Council has a private jet. I mean, right? Deal with this threat to human existence.
Yeah. But regardless, Jenny Calendar got to drive somebody somewhere, So she's going to drive Angel to the docks. When Buffy says, what did you say?
I said when, in unison with you.
Tonight.
But it's my birthday. Do, 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 do.
So, at the warehouse, I give Drusilla 3 cheers for her stepping on Dalton's glasses and fucking doing her little eye my fingers are lined up with your eyes shit to Dalton and then giving him his glasses back so he can go and get the thing that he lost. But my real question, Jenny, is what is the deal? We were talking about Spike using a wheelchair and being burned still, right? They heal quickly. So what the fuck is the deal with vision? Shouldn't you not need glasses once you're vamped out? If you need glasses, then yeah.
This is not a one-to-one comparison, but I'm just thinking for a lot of people, your vision gets worse as you age, right? Mm-hmm. And then if we're thinking about Dalton, he has lost some amount of his hair over the course of his human life, right? And that did not grow back.
Right?
It didn't repopulate on his scalp.
Interesting.
Once he became vampire, but maybe it should.
No, I kind of like what you're putting down here. That if you are sired later in life, I mean, I don't like it for myself because it means if I'm sired now, I'm still going to feel
it's
this.
Yeah, what's the point? I guess never mind.
But
all you vampires typing emails to us right now offering your turning services. Pause.
I'll hold them. We don't want it. You should have gotten us 20 years ago.
Uh-huh.
All right. Enter the Sunnydale docks. Please, if you are making a map for us, and I know I just wish on every wish out there that someone is making a detailed map for us. You got to put in the Sunnydale docks, which appear one other time, Jenny, in an episode.
Hey, I was going to tell you this.
Oh, you tell me then. What is it, Jenny? When did they appear?
Well, they appear in Consequences. Although they are mentioned in a handful of other episodes, we only ever see them again in Consequences.
Oh, I can't wait to see them again in Consequences.
Same. I had a realization recently that in the not too distant future, we're going to get to rewatch season 3.
Mm-hmm. And I love seasons 4, 5, 6, and 7. But I will tell you that by the time we got to season 6 and 7, when we went back and watched a season 3 episode, we were like, oh, shit. Like, it was really a peak for us. This 2 and 3 is really a peak, but, they all have their things, so.
You know what's really different about the last time we watched season 3 is that now I live not too far from Boston.
I thought you were going to say we were married then, but.
Well.
Also that.
What's funny about living here is that every 6 months I meet someone who has like a 1 degree away relationship to Eliza Dushku. I'm constantly meeting people who are like, oh, she was my friend's roommate after college.
Wow.
Or the other day I was at a party and someone was like, oh, she's my childhood best friend's stepmom now.
What?
I know.
Let me know when you get to somebody who says, oh, she's my therapist, because I'm just dying to know.
I know, right?
What?
Like, what?
How?
What's going on
How
there?
do you do that? All
I'm
right.
waiting. I'm patiently waiting for someone to come up to me at a party and say, oh, she's my me. I'm Eliza.
I am her. She is me.
Yeah.
Okay. At the Sunnydale docks, before Faith Lehane and Buffy are there together, Angel and Buffy are there
Buffy
together.
loves to go to the docks with her boyfriends.
She loves it. She's having an emotional moment. They're having an emotional moment. And this is why some people are wise enough to never love. Someone pretty much always wants us dead, she says. We'll be fine, says Angel. You don't know that, says Buffy. Angel says, we can't. Nobody can. That's the deal. And I thought, and that is why love is hard. That is why. Because anything could happen at any moment. And it is hard to love a person. Even harder, in my opinion, to love your child. Because, you know what I mean? Get out of here. It's too much, Jenny.
It's devastating on a daily basis. I am in a constant state of getting rocked.
The only thing that could possibly make me feel better is Angel's complete inability to say I love you.
Let's hear it.
I have something for you. For your birthday. I was going to give it to you earlier, but
It's beautiful.
my people, before I was changed, they exchanged this as a sign of devotion. It's a clotter ring. Hands represent friendship. The crown represents loyalty. And the heart, you know. Wear it with the heart pointing towards you. It means you belong to somebody. Like this.
Like this. Okay, it's really hard to it's really hard to roast Angel in the way that he needs to be roasted for what comes right before this when he lands like this and he's already wearing it.
Okay, yeah.
In the you belong to somebody way. And she kisses the ring on his finger. But here's the thing, Kristin. Here is the thing. Some people might say when they're talking to teens about sex, that if you're not able to say it, then you're probably not mature enough to have it. So, Angel, could you maybe say the word love?
The only thing, I mean, it's ridiculous, and that is just a fact, and that's the truth. But the only thing I cut it with is when he finally does say it, that it's followed with, I'm trying so hard not to. That if the context of Angel being unable to say I love you is not that he is ridiculous, then maybe it's simply that he knows once he says it, he can't take it back both for himself and for Buffy. And he knows, they both know they don't know the consequences of that love, but like they know that it's not going to necessarily go well for them.
Well,
then everyone gets all wet. Jenny, let me present you a scenario.
I'm ready.
There's an arm of a judge in a box, potentially the last piece needed to assemble a demon that will rid the world of its humanity. Okay?
Okay.
It is in the arms of a fleeing vampire.
Uh-huh.
Someone you care deeply about, maybe your good friend, Kristin Russo, has been thrown into the water in California.
No!
She knows how to swim. She's a slayer.
What if she forgot?
I just feel like you go after the arm, guys.
I think maybe you go after the arm. That seems like a good.
I think Buffy can make it to shore, Angel.
Oh no.
And the only thing that Angel is sad about is that there wasn't a window between him and the ocean, that he could bust through on his way to the water.
Well,
yeah.
Our boy loves to shatter glass.
Okay. Everybody needs new clothes.
Willow's playing with her hair while she thinks about Oz being totally unflapped. Read the revelation that vampires are real and live in Sunnydale.
There are a few things less satisfying than seeing like the happiness of Willow or a Willow who has, pined after someone. Oh my God, there's a squirrel in the tree right outside my window eating it's either a piece of toast or a piece of salami. Hold on. I'm pretty sure it looks like a piece of bread with jam on it. He's just up there snacking. Anyway, no one likes anything more than when a Willow who has pined after a Xander actually starts having feelings for someone who returns them and doesn't care so much about Xander anymore. I mean, we'll have some moments literally in the next episode, but it's just really nice to see her starting to feel for someone who feels back.
Yay.
I don't know what I feel inside of myself when both Giles and Angel see that Buffy has fallen asleep. I can't figure out if it's good or if it's bad.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just going to name that I feel something.
Something.
There's half of me that's like, oh, look at them. They both love her and she's sleeping and they're happy. And there's another part of me that's like, ew, everyone stop being so weird,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Discuss.
What I want to discuss actually is that when you're talking to somebody, you've been not sleeping well, you tell them that you haven't been sleeping well. But I feel like you don't necessarily say, I've been tossing and turning.
Fucking Angel. I mean, what? Yeah. Yeah.
It's there for the fun joke. I know.
Everyone just screech looking at Angel. How do you know what she's been doing? Which also, everybody stay out of their business.
Uh-huh.
Buffy's asleep, which of course presents its own dangers. She's having her second dream of the episode. So this is also done really well. There's this very, very brief moment in her dream where Jenny Calendar walks by, just walks by. Very cool. Drusilla is wearing the same dress as Buffy. This is kind of what got me all in my brain about the Drusilla as the worst thing that Angel's ever done and Buffy as the one that will ultimately in quotes, kill him. And maybe most importantly, Transylvania Concubine by Rasputina is playing. So Everyone always wants us to play it at prom, and like it's a great idea, but I just feel like after the first like 30 seconds, I'm not sure what we would all do.
Yes. I feel that. I also, sorry, just wanted to take a quick, wow. There are 3 current members of Rasputina, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
Oh my God.
23 former members of Rasputina.
Wow. Let me tell you what, when I Googled the song, I accidentally Googled Rasputin, and I did not find what I was looking for.
Yep.
So she also sees that the judge boxes are like laying on the floor, and we end this act at the warehouse in real life where the head box is put atop the body boxes. And back in the day, there was like a collectible toy kind of thing where you like instead of getting the judge, you would get like each box with a piece of the judge to assemble it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really stuck with me, like learning that from our first run because I just thought it was so cool and fun.
Okay, and nobody thought when they were like, I can't be bothered to throw these pieces into volcanoes on separate continents or whatever. Nobody thought, maybe though we shouldn't put them in these containers that basically snap together like Legos and then presto, the judge is back.
The underneath side says like head, right arm, left arm.
Yeah. When you hear the click, you know it's in place.
A really good point that I like only knew you were about to make when you like opened your mouth. I immediately knew what you were going to say, and it really got me. All right. The judge says you brought it up already, but it feels really important. Spike and Drew reek of humanity because of the way they feel for each other. Because we have oft said, and others have oft said that like Spike and Drew are something different. They are both vampires, but the way that they love each other, especially I think the way that Spike loves Drusilla, is something that like passes the normal vampire ability to feel. And I feel like this is our proof, you know?
Yeah. He's not like other vampires.
He's not.
Kind of like Angel. Not in the same way, but they're both not like other
alike,
vampires.
Jenny. I don't know what you're talking about. Dalton.
Angel's hair goes straight up and he's bloody stupid.
Dalton gets offered up as the first party favor for the judge, and he still needs to use his touch to pull the humanity or whatever out of. I'm a little confused overall because like Dalton's a vampire, but whatever, he burns him alive with the touch of his fingers, and we kind of learn that he's only needing to touch now as he gathers his strength. Soon he will not need to touch at all. He can just do it with like a zap.
R.I.P. Dalton.
This is where Drusilla earns her jingle. When she zaps Dalton and Drusilla's like, do it again. Oh, I love it. Hit it, bitch.
Drusilla, you fill my heart with dread, and still I'm led right back to you.
I'd like to also retroactively dedicate Drusilla's jingle in part to the moment after she has stepped on Dalton's glasses and then Spike has kind of talked her back from the ledge and she goes, okay, and puts them on his busted glasses back on his face. It's
like so crooked. Oh, it's good.
Okay, so Buffy and Angel have a plan. They're going to go do some recon at the warehouse. The thing is that maybe when you do recon,
this is what I'm saying.
They're standing together at their full height in the light.
Yeah, I just feel like they just waltz right into this party. And the judge is immediately like, I smell children, Winnie.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I did notice vampires visiting a beautiful punch bowl. on one of the tables below. You think that's just blood, or do you think it's like special party blood with like seltzer and grenadine?
Okay, that sounds disgusting.
Blood, seltzer, and grenadine. It's a bloody Shirley Temple.
Well, it's like, I think the idea...
Or I guess the Shirley Temple would be Sprite and grenadine?
I just feel that bubbly anything with blood, like when you mix something bubbly with something a little less viscous, is that what the word you would describe to use blood? Like, it's just very thick for a bubble. And so what I would say is actually taking something like mulling spices, like some fucking cardamom and cloves, but they pop a bag of that in there and get it nice and warmed up, and then that could be your blood punch.
Okay.
I could see like an orange flavor being added. That would be nice.
Well, now we know what we're serving at next year's buffering holiday party.
Yeah. Email us at hello@bufferingcast.com for your ideas on how to spice up your next blood punch bowl. Okay, Drusilla says, I only dreamed you'd come. Did Drusilla and Buffy also share a dream?
Well, we know later that she and Angel are going to share dreams. And Angel and Drusilla are connected. Plus, Drusilla has sort of like
powers. Yeah.
You think that's important. What I think is important is that Drusilla licks the side of her finger in the middle of delivering this line. Juliet Landau's just like licking everything in this episode, and it's great.
Like reading the scripts and seeing there's even a moment between Xander and Oz in the bronze that was cut where like they kind of like have a little moment of bonding over like Xander makes a joke about, oh, did they leave the judge's heart in San Francisco? And everyone glares at him. But then Oz says like, I had the same thought. Like there's a lot of things that are cut because this is a big episode. And I cannot help but think that if Juliet Landau was not so incredible, there probably would have been room for some of the stuff, but I feel like they just could not possibly make their peace with cutting some of the things that she does because it is absolutely wonderful. And so they're like, you know what? Cut this scene, cut this line, cut it because we need time and space for Drusilla to Drusilla out.
Oh, yeah.
Important information for the Hell Maps creator, whoever you are. A very short trip from the sewer underneath the warehouse to Angel's apartment. Okay, so just consider that when you're mapping out.
Okay, all right.
Oh, Jenny, they got all wet again.
Uh-oh, oops.
Oh, oops.
They're all wet. They have no choice but to go to Angel's apartment, the driest place in town. Isn't Angel's apartment like the first place the vampires would check?
But you know where they won't check? They'll check his apartment, Jenny, but they won't check under his covers.
Yeah, well, who would be in there except somebody just getting warm?
Exactly. Nothing to see here.
Oh, God.
Something really embarrassing, I think, has happened, and I'm hoping that you tell me that I'm wrong. But in our book, Slayers Every One of Us, we wrote about the coupling of Buffy and Angel in this moment. And I am nearly convinced that we said it happened betwixt red satin sheets. And in my mind, it happened betwixt red satin sheets. However, in the beginning of the episode, I saw that actually Angel had white sheets. And I thought, oh my God, what a great joke when he changes those to red satin sheets. And then, oh no, Buffy and Angel are having sex on white sheets. Did we write the book wrong?
Okay, here's what I have to say about that. To our credit, the blanket is red.
It is. The pillows
Honestly,
are red.
This is on the show because I think we all know spiritually that Angel has red satin sheets. Okay. I mean, come on.
Sure.
However, further to our credit, I think, this is an advance we may have to pay back later when I am proven wrong, possibly. There is a later episode, I think, where Buffy is either having a dream
it's
or
innocence.
A flashback.
It's innocence.
To this encounter,
yes.
And they're under sheets. And are they not under sheets that are red?
To be honest with you, they're all the shots that I remember are all so close up that I don't remember. But when I watch Innocence again, which I will do because we have to talk about it next, we'll find out. And hopefully they will be, and we will be redeemed.
Yeah. And if not, I look forward to being wrong.
Okay, so
once, for the first time in my life, actually.
So Buffy, before she gets under the covers to warm up, she's going to change her clothes. Angel's just standing there looking at her, and she's like, could you turn around? Do you feel like there's something incongruent to me about how shy, like, I mean, I understand this is the first time that she's being intimate with somebody like this, and she's 17 and on, but to the point of like accelerated maturity and like what Buffy has been through and the way they've been making out against headstones for the last however many episodes, there's something just like a little incongruent to me about her like holding up her shirt over her body.
I disagree.
Okay. I think I'm
Not
wrong.
for me.
So that makes sense.
Me, a teenager, all I can think is like, turn out the lights and also close your eyes and also put on this blindfold so that I know that you're not peeking.
But don't you think that that my personality type is closer to Buffy's personality type than yours?
You might think that.
Regardless.
Allow her vulnerability and her modesty,
I mean,
Kristin.
It's important. It is important. Like, whether or not she would have necessarily held up the one shirt over her other shirt is not the point. It is important that we see her vulnerability, that we understand what a big deal this is, so that we can all get destroyed next episode.
Also, an argument could be made that what's hotter than a topless girl? A girl who is technically topless but is holding a shirt up in front of her toplessness.
Oh,
wow, the mystery.
Sure. Angel's gonna look at a cut on her back. It's already healing. Oh no, they're still both all wet. And now they're kissing. And then it's emotional because she says, I feel like if I lost you. And then Angel says, Vampires come in, they try to find them, they can only go to the covers, they can't find them. And then Buffy says, Buffy is me, because this is me talking to Jenny about anything. You fucking what? What is the rest of your motherfucking sentence?
Can't rush these things, Kristin. Any of them.
I love you. I try not to, but I can't stop. And we laugh, but it is a very real moment.
Oh no!
We'll see some of the detalia of the encounter in the next episode, but in this episode, we just get them waking up we get Angel waking up in bed. The scene we'll never see, Angel fumbling to get his clothes back on before he runs out into the rain. The score going off.
Yeah.
And Angel collapsing outside in the rain.
Buffy!
But crying for Buffy. It's like, is he wanting to tell her what's happening before it's fully happened? Because if that's what he wanted, he could have just told her before he ran out into the rain. You know what I'm saying? He ran into the rain.
But not before he put all his clothes on.
That's like a decent amount of time to be like, my soul is leaving my body.
It's like dark. You're like, my leg is in the wrong leg of the pants. How much time has passed?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wasted not telling Buffy that something was happening, even if he doesn't know exactly what is happening.
Right. Something is literally just something is happening.
Maybe he thinks he's going to like throw up and he's like, not in front of my girlfriend. Then he gets outside, but it's cold out.
It's cold.
So he had to get all his clothes on so they could get all wet.
Right. Well, he had to get his clothes on because he was going to maybe throw up outside. He thought that's what was happening. He was going to get a little sick. And that's our coverage of Surprise.
I like podcasting.
Yep, it's a good time. If this is not your cup of tea, you should get on out of here because this is about the sum of it.
It's nice to be back in the saddle after taking a long winter's nap.
Jenny, good best friend to my good friend, is always like, can we take more time off? Can we please take any time off? Can we just take some time off? And then finally this year I've granted her time off and she was like, hey, Kristin, so I know we're not supposed to be working, but hey, Kristin.
Well,
Anyway.
I had a couple ideas. I had a couple questions.
It's
Things
true.
were happening.
And I celebrate it.
Okay.
Okay. Who are you?
Wow. Listen, my name is Jenny Owen Youngs, if you don't mind. And when I'm not making podcasts with my good friend Kristin Russo, I am making music. You can find all of my music in all of the music streaming places, or perhaps at your local independent record store under my name, Jenny Owen Youngs. You can also find me on socials and say, hello, what a cool social media presence you have at Jenny Owen Youngs.
Hello, kids. Do you have a cool social media presence?
And you can also learn more about me or whatever at JennyOwenYoungs.com.
My name is Kristin Russo, and when I'm not out in the rain crying for my best friend, Jenny Owen Youngs, I am often working with and for LGBTQ plus communities. As I mentioned in pod, I do a queer horror movie watch. We've moved to Wednesday nights, Jenny, look out. And the first watch is happening Wednesday, January 14th, which might be today, honestly, the day this episode airs at 8 p.m. Eastern. Learn about the shit that I do, KristinNoline.com. You could follow me on social media, but honestly, why bother at Kristin Noline?
Buffering the Vampire Slayer. Wait, that's weird. I feel like that made it sound like the name of the Vampire Slayer was buffering, but really we are buffering actively.
We are
the Vampire Slayer.
Buffering.
Buffering the Vampire Slayer is on socials at BufferingCast, and you can always email us at hello@bufferingcast.com.
Support our work on Patreon, patreon.com/bufferingcast. We do a lot of fun things over there, watches, hangouts, book clubs, etc. We would love to have you join the community.
This episode was produced by Kristin Russo, Jenny Owen Youngs, and LaToya Ferguson, with support from our consultant, Mackenzie McDade. It was edited by Kristin Russo with her nimble little fingers upon the mouse and the keyboard. Happy 2026. Stay tuned after the howl for the episodic song and a little music chat with me and Kristin. Until next time, woo!
Circling me for a while, like a moon on the shore of a low tide, a light in the dark through the miles. I know the closer that you get, the less I shake, and we both get right up to the edge of something. You make everything fade. You make everything fall away. You make everything fade. You make everything, make everything. There's so many words I want to tell you, and so many more I don't have to say. There's stages like this till tomorrow. You're lost in the waves for today. I know
Well, well, well. What a little song.
I was right. This is 100%. I shut the door to your studio and was like, let me know when you got something. This is this is 100% Jenny Owen Young's top to bottom.
Yeah, this does sound like something I would get up to. This is the second occurrence of our Buffy and Angel theme. But is Surprise the very first episode of do?
Yes, Surprise is the first episode.
Okay,
I think
cool.
of do because Christoph Beck wasn't even. Yeah,
he wasn't on at the top of the season, but okay. So, yeah, this is some emotional figurative language.
Yeah, and this is I feel like having witnessed you write many songs, and I'm sure that other folks who write songs work like this too, but you will have fragments, here's a fragment, and I know I want to use this fragment, and I know I want to use this fragment, and I can feel that, I can remember that in this song. Especially, I know the closer that you get, the less I shake. I just remember that being a tune that was in your head, a melody that was in your head. It needed a place, and so it became the pre-chorus. That's the pre-chorus. There's a lot kind of in this song because it's there's two verses and there's two pre-choruses, but is the theme considered part of the chorus, or would that be its own thing?
I would consider the chorus to be the "you make everything fade, you make everything fall away" section, and then I would call the either a post-chorus or a refrain or a hook. People say all kinds of words about songs.
It's just, we end our podcast episode in the year 2026 by laughing hysterically at our jokes about Angel and Buffy and whatever. But the other side of that coin is that there is such fucking beauty in it. And I just think, and I get to say this because you wrote this song, but what an amazing thing to have created this episode of television, and then to see this song be born from the tale you told inside of this episode of television. That is very beautiful to me. I'm not Marty Noxon, but I just think Marty Noxon would think that it was fucking cool.
Still awaiting my fan mail from Marty Noxon. Has not yet arrived. Who knows when it will.
And it also, I think, we all contain multitudes. Jenny Owen Youngs can be the person who says that's none of my business, but also can be the person that says get lost in the waves for today.
Right. Well, everyone was all wet.
There's
what could
multitudes. We can laugh at shit and we can also be real,
Sure.
But yeah, and also what you made me think of when you talked about the fact that you wrote the refrain or whatever for Angel, and that it's its first recurrence here, but in the actual show this is we think the first do is that without you knew that you knew what you were doing there when you wrote Angel. You specifically knew you were going to bring that theme back, and I feel when we hear the Angel and Buffy theme, we know it's in our bones. And so the fact that you seeded it in Angel so that would be something that the listener knew when they got here is also really a fucking amazing choice.
Wow. So you're saying I'm a cool guy?
You're a pretty cool guy sometimes.
Wow.
Sometimes.
The war is over, and both sides lost. Kingdoms were reduced to cinders, and armies scattered like bones in the dust. Now the survivors claw to what's left of a broken world, praying the darkness chooses someone else tonight. But in the shadow dark, the darkness always wins. This is old school adventuring at its most cruel. Your torch ticks down in real time, and when that flame dies, something else rises to finish the job. This is a brutal rules-light nightmare with a story that emerges organically based on the decisions that the characters make. This is what it felt like to play RPGs in the 80s, and man, it is so good to be back. Join the Glass Cannon podcast as we plunge into the Shadow Dark every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/theglasscannon, with the podcast version dropping the next day. See what everybody's talking about and join us in the dark.
From the darkest corners of our imagination comes a game show that's more ridiculous than terrifying. Welcome to Tickled to Death, the horror comedy game show where nothing is sacred, everything's a little unhinged, and the only thing more cursed than the questions are the jokes. I'm Roz Hernandez, your fearless host, and each week I'll be leading a brave group of guests through twisted horror trivia, improv games, and enough sarcastic banter to make you question all your life's choices. So come for the screams, stay for the snark. Listen to Tickled to Death wherever you get your podcasts, and hit follow unless you want the show to follow you. In the meantime, don't get tickled to death.